Now, we got to dive into a 2-night NXT event next week, Matt.
Yeah.
Woo! We got a lot going on. What do you got the card for us on night one?
Yep, night one. So this is next Wednesday, so this would be normally before we record anyway. You've got the Gauntlet match of Leon Ruff, Swerve, Reed, Grimes, Lumis, and LA Knight. We've already referenced that match. Let me pull this off. There we go. We've got the NXT Championship match. MSK versus the Grizzled Young Vets versus Legado del Fantasma. Mike, if this isn't the Grizzled Young Vets, I don't know what we're doing right now because this.
How hard do I have to cheer and tweet these guys?
Right, like there's a big element here. This is a vacated title, of course. Lorcan and Birch lost them because of the injury. So I think when you do that and you have to improvise, you give it to the team that does the best promos, and it's easily the Grizzled Young Vets. I think if MSK gets it, we're going to have to listen to a lot of goofy face promos and a lot of, you guys are stupid, which is fine, but, Grizzled Young Vets hold the titles, and it's going to be a whole nother level. And then you've got Walter and Ciampa and Io Shirai and Raquel Gonzalez ending the night, and they really built that up on NXT too, because Io had quite a few segments in NXT, including ending the night and getting one over on Raquel. So I think we could be seeing Raquel taking over against Io. So you want to? We could, based off that, I think I gave away a couple of matches already. Do you want to hit on anything else on night one?
I think for the NXT Tag Team Championship, we are such huge fans of the Grizzled Young Vets. I still keep combing the WWE shop, and I'm just hanging my head because there still isn't a T-shirt worthy of my money. Legado, I don't quite have the attachment to, so there's a pretty high likelihood they're going to win to try and get them over. And MSK, it feels like they kind of had their, they had their pop. They won the tournament. So they might just be the baby faces chasing. So I knowing that Grizzled Young Vets are fascinating enough without any gold and just listening to, our beloved Zach Gibson, and soon to come up short once again in a tag team title match. It's going to be him. It's going to be James Drake. Just coming up short a little bit. Matt, I'm sorry. It's Legado. They're going to win. And I'm going to be sad, but it won't matter. Nobody cares about my happiness in NXT.
Well, I think the match of the night, because I think Io Shirai and Raquel will tell a great story. But I do think that, like, the match with Raquel and Zoe, like I mentioned, like, they gave Zoe a lot of opportunity, and Raquel had to come in with the power to take her down. I think it could just, I said this last week, I don't think Raquel has it yet to put in the 5-star, the 16 hot dog match. So I think it's going to be a good story, and I think Raquel's going to go over, but I think the match of the night is going to be Walter versus Ciampa. I think Walter's been dealing out, the match of the night, match of the year for the last couple of years, and I can't imagine a one with Tommaso Ciampa is going to be any less. And Walter's also going to be going through like an NXT UK championship match. So I'm actually, now I think about it, that might be happening on Thursday. So if this is Wednesday, we're guaranteed to see Walter win, I think.
Walter has arguably like the best booking since like early and very late career Undertaker, where it doesn't really matter what else is on the line. As long as Ciampa survives knife edge chops from Walter, it's a victory. As long as he gets up after the match, every capillary in both of his pectorals completely exposed and oozing blood, he is considered a winner. It doesn't matter if he eats a pin. If you survive the match with that shaven, evil German bear, then you've won. You've made an accomplishment in your career. Matt, I am so looking forward to this match because if there's one thing we know Ciampa likes to do, it's take punishment. if there's one thing we know Walter likes to do, it's giving out punishment. So I think we're definitely going to be getting a lot of both of those people's, top qualities in a wrestling ring. Of the night, I'm most excited for that match.
And NXT UK Prelude is 4:00 the next day. So Walter and Rampage Brown going at it. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for Ciampa to go over. But I 1,000% believe that they could throw Swerve at us and have Ciampa show up to that match, which would be insane because I don't know if they're actually filming it in the UK or what the hell's going on there.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I will say the one match that I guess the only reason it bums me out is because I don't really want to see any of these guys lose at this point of their career. I'm sorry, Reed, Swerve, and Ruff, I'm not sold on yet. But Cameron Grimes, just give him everything. Just whatever he wants. Give him a blank check. Just let him win all the matches. He's hilarious. Matt Lumis, he's also not long for this NXT world. He's going to get called up and be some menacing presence on Raw. And LA Knight is so charismatic. There's no reason for him to be in a mid card. It's just it's so below him, but he doesn't mind. He's just going to be a salesman for it and get the whole match over. I don't want to see any of those three gentlemen lose, and I'm going to have to do it. So I don't know what to make of that one either.
Yeah, so night 2, if you want to jump into that. It's going to be, I guess, right after NXT UK Prelude, so I guess that makes sense. Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly, another one that it's like when you're trying to count how many match of the year matches there are, you throw that one in there. NXT North American Championship, Johnny Gargano versus whoever wins that gauntlet match. So I'm thinking Lumis. Mike, you're thinking Cameron Grimes. And the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, Santos Escobar versus Jordan Devlin. That one to start. I really want Jordan Devlin. I do think that Santos Escobar is going to take it, and Devlin's going to go back to the UK and try and get into an NXT UK Championship match. Like, Devlin is amazing, but they need to sort out the story with the Cruiserweight Championship. This is the best way to do it, and they're both great talents, and I think this is another one that has match of the year juice to it. But yeah, this is going to be Santos Escobar, and we do have to throw out too. They added last night Shotzi and Ember Moon versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell for the NXT Women's Tag Titles. I'd throw that in there too. Is going to be another one that's going to be hot and juicy. I think with that, let's settle it down with passing around the title. We'll pump the brakes and we'll let Ember Moon and Shotzi hang on to that one. But it'll be a hell of a match.
Absolutely, let them retain. I will say the one I'm going to make a left turn on you here is I do think that there's a pretty good chance that Johnny Gargano drops that belt to LA Knight. I think if they're going to make him toil around on NXT for a while, or maybe that's his choice, maybe he doesn't want to be part of the big circus on Monday, get lost in the shuffle. Maybe he wants to be the medium-sized fish in the small to medium-sized pool. Yeah. But I know that Johnny Gargano likes getting guys over like that, and I think he would definitely want to help, a guy who's, almost 40 now, finally getting a shot under, the Vince McMahon paychecks. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the night, kind of take over a little bit. I think NXT needs a few guys who are mouthpieces, who can get on the stick and sell a story. We have so many freaking guys work great. And I get the value in it. I do. But we are watching pro wrestling. It is a soap opera. We do need characters. Yeah. And I don't think there's anybody more characterly right now than the LA Knight. Maybe Cameron Grimes is coming for that, but for some reason they don't prioritize necessarily him winning. And he's such a great taunting little devil on your shoulder. Maybe he doesn't ever need to win. But to get over the new blood, Matt, I want to see LA Knight topple Johnny Gargano. So I'm basically making 2 predictions in one shot. Matt, for Jordan Devlin, I think you're right. I think he's going across the pond after this match. It's going to be fine. He's not going to win. That's going to be Santos all day. Balor and Kross. That's a tough one. Balor's basically been holding up his end of the bargain. Kross, they tried to strap the the Cameron Grimes moon rocket to him, and he immediately got injured.
Yeah.
But it's the poetic justice that Finn Balor also was going to have a Cameron Grimes style moon rocket, and he immediately got injured when he won at SummerSlam against Seth Rollins. So definitely kind of fun to see these two guys, kind of come full circle. This is a really hard one for me to pick. I would like Karrion Kross, but I don't know. They've built Balor up so much, and if he comes out in the war paint, might be Balor again.
Yeah, I agree with that. They've done such a good job, not just with building Balor, but they've told a great story too, where he's told Karrion Kross why he's going to lose and why Balor's been so successful. So it just, like, I want to believe that. And I think there's an element to that, like when you see that happen in movies and television, that you need it to happen, and you need to see Karrion Kross. He either has to grow in the match, where Finn said you can't let your emotions get the best of you. So something might happen to Scarlett, and then he's just going to have to let it go. But if he doesn't, they should show like how that makes the difference, and that's how Finn gets the win. I think ultimately, like they've done such a good job starting that, and then also reminding us of it, that if it doesn't play in, it's kind of silly. So with that, I don't know if they need to even get away from Finn Balor and Karrion Kross, that they could have something end where the battle will continue, and I would be so happy with that, because Kross has been doing great work. So just keep putting him in NXT championship matches if he's not going to win them. That comes to Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, Mike. Something I think ultimately you got to give to Kyle. I think Adam has won everything that has been huge since he's come around. This would be an opportunity to throw Kyle into another, stratosphere. I think it makes sense, but there's also that element where it's like, well, Adam Cole is Adam Cole. So he's going to go tell a story as a solo guy after this, and it's not going to help with him starting with a loss, where Kyle could still go off for a little bit, take a little nappy poo and wait, and build up Red Dragon as a tag team. Maybe you go to the main roster with Red Dragon. If you guys go to our YouTube channel, that was one of my options for post Undisputed Era. What happens? So Cameron Grimes did one of them. He tried to restart the Undisputed Era. So it makes sense that if Adam Cole's not going to AEW, there's one option left, and that's Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish heading to the main rosters. Red Dragon.
This is another really tough one to pick, Matt, because I don't know if in a match like this you necessarily want to see the babyface go over, and that's going to be Kyle.
Right.
I do think that gives Adam Cole the advantage, because he can use violent heat to get over, and Kyle can look good coming back out, with a limp, maybe with the big get the tape on the shoulder, and get his revenge against Adam Cole. And I got to say, it's not necessarily any fault of theirs that I'm not a little bit more excited for this match. It's just I know that it's the Infinity War, and there's still going to be an end game. So I know that there's going to be, a couple more iterations of this match, and this is going to be just round one. And I feel like it's going to be Adam.
So take Kyle out, so it doesn't get, the next part of the story doesn't get told for a while, I think.
Yeah, he's, like Adam's going to turn him into dust, I think.
This time we sail out. Oh, no, Mike, we have to announce our first match for the Wrestling Match Book Club.
Oh, man, it's going to be an Iron Man match between Christian Cage and a bottle of mayonnaise, right? Just, no?
I don't think you know how the Wrestling Match Book Club works. We're going to watch old matches.
Oh, okay.
So for everybody who has not yet joined up, what you need to do is go to bodpodcast.com, click on the wrestling button. You'll find the link to the Wrestling Match Book Club. We're also sharing links on Twitter and Facebook all the time, so you can click on those as well. But you'll get an invite to the Discord personally from me, so it's not instant when you click on the links and fill out the form, because I actually need to create a new link and send it to you. Oh, excuse me. But But oh my God! So the first match, Mike, do you want to?
You say it beautifully, man. You're already going.
WrestleMania 17, hardcore title, Kane, Big Show, and Raven. One of the greatest hardcore matches of all time. We're gonna start there because it's WrestleMania. We got to start with Kane. He's going in with the Hall of Fame, baby. And this is the Brothers of Discussion. So we're gonna start there. We're gonna tell a great story. I would implore everyone to obviously watch the match. Probably watch it more than once. Get some background on what's going on with the story, and then keep an eye out for some little Easter eggs throughout that match as well. So. That if you guys are listening right now, get set. Get your Peacock subscription, and then watch WrestleMania 17, Kane versus Big Show versus Raven for the hardcore title. All right, glad we got that out there. Once we get everybody into the Discord, we'll figure out a good date for everybody to chat. All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Toodaloo.
Welcome in.